Hey Gemini, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be your general reading for the second half of September. Please keep that in mind with general readings, okay? They're only going to resonate for some, maybe not for everybody, so just take what messages do. If you are interested in a personal reading, I do offer them below in the description box. You'll find my email address and details, pricing, all of that for a personal read. And thank you, Gemini, in advance for hitting the like, share, subscribe. Some of you hit the little tip button or donation, and I appreciate that. So thank you for everyone's support. Let's take a look here. The second half of September. Let's take the one that flipped up. Ace of Pentacles, second half of September for Gemini. What do we got here? Oh, wow, this is great. So you've got Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Sun, the Lovers. Wow. Whether it's partnership through business, potentially relationship for some of you in a loving way, there's definitely a big opportunity for you here to consider pursuing. I think there's something here that you see the benefit, you see the opportunity in. It's something that really makes you happy. I think it's quite mutual because with the Three of Pentacles, it can be a card of cooperation and building together, potentially with this other person, with the Lovers. You've got Gemini and Leo there. This is something that feels this new beginning. It may take some work, it may take some effort, but it feels very promising. It feels like you're excited about this. It's something that you see an opportunity in to grow, to change. It's something that sort of gives you, I feel like it's like a new, maybe hope isn't the right word, but maybe it's kind of like a new feeling of like re-energized, or a sense of like renewal would be more the better word. It feels renewed for you. Tell me about this Lovers. Let's just take a look here. The King of Swords. This is somebody that definitely, that is an air sign, more so Aquarius, I think, but could be Aquarius, could be Gemini. Well, that is you actually, Gemini. This person knows they would like to be with you, spend time with you, partnership with you, connect with you. I think this person, there's something about wanting to understand what's on each other's minds. Tell me a little more. Somebody who knows what they want, that's for sure. And when you see the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I feel like that's also like, you know what you want. You know what you're putting your effort and energy into because it makes you happy. It's the feeling that this gives you. It's warm. Tell me about this King of Swords. Hangman. I feel like this person would be willing to go out of their way for you. Sometimes Hangman can represent a little bit of sacrificing oneself, but I think this is in a beneficial way because they choose to. It's about learning a different perspective or sharing a different mindset on something. Again, if that's like something that you're developing or business partnership with, it would be somebody who's willing to kind of give you a little bit of a head start. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. This person wants to give you some generosity here, Gemini. This person wants to give you a head start. They want to support you. They see where you might be stuck, or they see where they know the challenges, maybe because they've already encountered them, but they know what you need, essentially. That's kind of why I feel that this feels like a sense of renewal, because you have somebody who understands your needs, who understands like what you need, what you want. They kind of can understand your mind. This person's very generous. Like I said, they're willing to sacrifice in a way by choice because of their care for somebody else. They think about the other person before they think about themselves. Very selfless person. Not selfish. They don't expect you to necessarily return the favor, although I think you do. I think that you appreciate this person and what they're offering you, what they're doing. Tell me about the Ace here, Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, this opportunity, this potential. Tell us about the Ace of Pentacles, please. Very nice to meet somebody, the High Priestess. Guys, this is like you could be keeping, you may not be sharing this with everybody right away, but when I see the High Priestess here with an Ace of Pentacles, this is somebody that really benefits, and they know this is something that's going to help them to advance, to grow, to change. I feel like I'm going to clarify more of that. One sec. Yeah, you know this is something that's made for your future. This is something that you've been, you've had your eye on it, I think. I feel like you know what when you see something, you know what it is when you get it. You know it when you see it. This is something that I think you know is going to advance your future. You've been waiting for this, but it's almost like nobody necessarily knew you were waiting for this. You may have kept some personal information or something that you learned. I think that some of you, excuse me, some of you found out information. Let's say you want to connect with somebody. Again, it could be a lover, it could be a business partner, venture, it could be whatever this is. But I think some of you were like, you know, when you dig into somebody, you want to learn a little more. You might have Googled them. You might have tried to find out what they're about. You may have found out, you know, how this person operates or what's, you know, and then you're like, yeah, you know what, if this happens or if I can make this connection, this is what I want. Because you did it in a very silent way, kind of stealthy. You know now what you can almost see or predict in a way. You're kind of like, you did your research. You looked into this. You got all the information that you needed. You learned everything that you needed to learn. You got what you wanted, and you're like, that's the person. There's a thing here about kind of knowing in a bit of a stealthy, secretive way. And you're like, I'm ready when they're ready kind of thing. Let's see what else for Gemini. So you've got Pisces and Leo here. You've got Aquarius. The Temperance, Sagittarius. Okay, I feel like now you can just kind of sit back and go with the flow on something. The Five of Pentacles. There could be something here that you struggle with a little bit of some of the patience, or it's kind of like to just let go and allow what may be to be. So it's like we can't force the change, or you can't force this connection, or you can't just sit back and let it go here. I think that some of you I keep hearing like you're concerning yourself, or you care what this person thinks. And that's something that you could be struggling with, where it's just like, just be yourself, sit back, relax, be patient with the process. I feel that there's a lot of beauty in this card here, okay? We've got the High Priestess with this Temperance. Like, that just looks very beautiful and harmonious. There's like, know that. That's one thing. The High Priestess knows herself well, but do know It's like, I hope this person doesn't reject me. I hope this person doesn't find a flaw in me. I hope this person can see through my difficulties or my difficulties or my challenges or my defaults or whatever. We all have them. So there could be a little bit of like, oh, what about if this person decides to, move in quick, move out quick kind of thing, the flow. Let me just take a look here at this. What's this struggle here? There's a thing around patience as well. So just going with the Seven of Pentacles. Whatever is not favorable here is something that can be worked on. And I think the two of you will be more than willing to put your effort into something to correct where there's a struggle. If it's financial, let's say. So the thing is, for sure, Temperance and Seven of Pentacles, Gemini, is that you're struggling right now with a bit of the time frame that you have to wait out or whatever this patience is, okay? So there's definitely something around, living in a sense of peace, harmony, gracious energy, and just going with it. But there could be somebody who has some financial difficulties or financial challenges that are trying to kind of build themselves up again or build through or, grow out of some financial challenges. And I think that that's something that just sometimes takes time. And it's not going to necessarily deter something, because what's interesting is that you have this aim, this goal in mind. The Ace of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is a big thing that's meant for you. And the Three of Pentacles is you're putting in the energy and the work to build, to grow, to maybe get yourself out of some Five of Pentacles stress or debt or whatever that is. Seven of Pentacles is requiring a lot of the effort involved to get there. But what's really cool is that you've got the Six of Pentacles from this individual. Six of Pentacles is the card of giving and generosity and supporting you and helping you and spotting you. So you have 5, 6, 7. So you're going through some stages here. And I think you're ultimately getting to this place in your life with this opportunity of where you're headed in the future, for this place of security, abundance, arrival. But it is, and that could be when it comes to business partners, where finances do play a role, where finances are something that we have to critique or look at when we partner with somebody versus, and it's also important maybe in a relationship of a love relationship, if it's negatively going to impact the other person, that could be a little bit scary for some. But I do think that if it's in a loving relationship, this person isn't here because you have money or because you don't have money. They're here because of you, because of what they could build with you, what you guys could overcome. This person may have a lot of wisdom or knowledge around finances where they're like, let me show you some tactics or some whatever, okay? So there's a thing here of like, the financials are going to play a role if it's a business partnership. And maybe that's where I was picking up earlier. This person kind of gives you a heads up, gives you like a foot. What am I trying to say here? They give you like a little bit of a jump ahead. Why am I so stuck for words? So they're helping you. It reminds me of somebody I know who's like starting off in a new business, and the person is giving them like the first month is free of fees or rent, and then it's like a bit of a lower scale, and then the 6-month mark, the full price takes in effect, so that they can build their business, so that they can earn money and they're not just going out with nothing because it's all going to rent. So there's this thing of somebody giving you a little bit of a leg up. Thank you. They're giving you a bit of a leg up on something to help support you, and they're not coming from this, needy, greedy, selfish energy. They're allowing you to work through things. Now, in a loving relation, in more of a romantic or connection, this is something that I think it's not necessarily even the finances, although that could be one of your challenges or stressors, but it's the things that you struggle with within yourself, within your life, the way your life is going, or the way relationships unfold. This person with you is willing to do the work, is willing to have patience to overcome some of the challenges, because they're in every single relationship. It's never flawless. So trust in yourself here and know what you know and what you bring to the table and how much you can. I think one of the things here, Gemini, it's kind of coming in with like not stressful energy. Yes, I struggle with something, but I'm going to keep my composure. I'm going to stay peaceful. I still have a pleasant energy to be around, even though things are not exactly the way I want them for myself, or even though we all have some challenges or things that we face. The moon. Okay, let's take a look here. What's the message for Gemini, wisdom of the Tao? What do we have? Water. So you have an element card here. Something difficult, perhaps even perilous, is ahead of you. Circumvent this obstacle if possible. If not, confront it with confidence and determination. Regardless of the outcome, you will grow from the experience. Be cautious of the energy from the north. I want to give you guys another card because I feel like the elements are a little bit too generalized, but there is the other word here beside water. It says sinkhole. So that could be part of that Five of Pentacles, where some of you are trying to get through or get out of a sinkhole, maybe financially, maybe emotionally. Water is emotions. Okay, so some of you could be on a side note, because this is a very 90% positive energy, connection, partnership, opportunity, new beginnings, growth, all that. It's very good, but don't overthink the little things, ain't it? Or the struggles. You can make a difference. Do not just go with the flow. Insert yourself into the situation to make a positive impact. You have the knowledge and the ability to turn things around. Believe, not inspire others. Believe and inspire others to believe. Your decisive influence will change the outcome. This is incredible, guys, because this is something that I just missed. And it's interesting when these cards come out, because that is exactly what I feel the High Priestess and the Temperance is. Something that I didn't pick up as a reader, or maybe I don't know. Insert yourself into the situation to make a positive impact. You have the knowledge and the ability to turn things around. That is the Temperance, turning things around, bringing them back into balance, getting them back in the right flow. And the High Priestess has the ability, the knowledge, the know-how to do that. And she does insert herself at times. So there is something about making a difference, which is here. It's the Seven of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. We can all grow out of the things that we're challenged with. But I think what I was getting was also that is something that maybe some of you don't realize that you're making, or you have the ability to make a bigger difference than you do. And or this person you could be connecting with as well. All right. Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Thanks again for your likes, shares, comments, and support. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.